Hi guys. So the practice that I am going to do this evening is a very strong practice centered around the core. So Amber, this one's for you. Amber's request for a strong core practice, it also synchronizes really beautifully with where we are in our chakra practices as well. We've worked on the root chakra, Muladhara. We've worked on the second chakra, Swadhisthana, and we're now at the third chakra, which is Manipura. And this chakra is about our self-power, our self-esteem, our confidence, our willpower. So when we ignite this energy in the center, in the core, it really helps us to feel our fire, our enthusiasm, our passion. So right now, when maybe we're confined to the house a lot more, this might be helpful just to stop us from kind of completely fetching out on the sofa for days at a time. So we're going to start on our backs in a semi-supine position. So semi-supine, and always begin with a moment or two of centering and arriving. Just connect to that first chakra. Notice if you feel grounded today, or if you feel uprooted or anxious, and take your time here, even if you have to pause the practice and take a little bit longer. Make sure that you're centered around your breath and that you feel steady and grounded before you do anything else. So we find our breath. We let go of our day. And we arrive in our practice, in our body. And when you're ready, you bring the knees in towards you. And we're going to start straight away with some postures that wake the center. And in that way, hopefully you'll feel the difference that it makes to ignite the center, the Manipura Chakra. So just begin by hugging your knees in towards you. And then allowing the legs to move away. And then hugging in towards you again. And allowing the legs to move away. Good. Now we're going to do a much stronger version of this. We're going to take a big inhale. We're going to curl the head up towards the legs as if you're trying to put your nose in between your knees. At the same time you bring your knees in towards your face. You can hold the fronts of your shins or you can reach for your feet. Curl up a little bit more. And at the end of the exhale here, pause. And then inhale and lower down. And exhale and release. And you feel that you drop the tension from your neck and your shoulders with that exhale. Same again, so a big inhale. Exhale everything out, come up. External retention of breath. Hold here. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, release. And again, there's that feeling of releasing some of your pressure as you exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale everything out. External retention, so it's Baya Kumbhaka, the external retention of breath. Nose between the knees, squeeze into the center. Inhale, expand. Exhale. Release. Good. And just there, drop your feet to the floor for a moment and notice how it feels. And maybe already we feel a subtle change in the energy, a little pulse of awakening in their center. We're going to bring the legs back in. And this time we're going to take the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers. So you support your head with your hands, you don't pull on your head. Try and keep the elbows dropped back. And as you exhale, again, squeeze into the center, lift your shoulders, lift your tail. And then as you inhale, open out a little bit. Exhale, squeeze in again. Inhale. Expand, and then exhale and squeeze in again. Inhale and expand. And exhale in again. Inhale and expand. And exhale in again. Now I'm going to offer something a little bit stronger, but feel free to stay with this. If it feels okay for you, as you inhale, keep your left leg in, but extend your right leg away. Exhale, now bring both knees in, lift the tail, lift the shoulders, really squeeze the center, and then inhale the left leg away. And then exhale and squeeze in, lift the tail, lift the shoulders, squeeze. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, squeeze in, nice and slow. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, right. Exhale in. Inhale, left. Exhale in. Let's do two more to each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And squeeze in. Left. And squeeze in. Now hold it here for a second. Lift the shoulders a little bit higher. Lift the tail a little bit higher. And then release down. And again, you take a moment here. We should feel pulse of energy in the center, a little bit of fire, warmth. And that warmth radiates out from the center into the whole of your body. So take a note of how that feels. And then unwind your abdominals by pressing into your feet and lifting your hips away from the floor. We just want to feel that we open up the belly space, we lengthen all the way through the navel center. you anchor down into all four corners of each foot, and optionally you can take the arms up here and over the head for more space. You breathe into your belly. Twice more. And once more. Slowly we come down, so upper back, middle back, lower back, and release. And again, take a second to notice how the energy has changed. Maybe we feel more enlivened, more enthusiastic already. You can bring your knees in towards you. Slowly and with control, roll up and try and catch your balance on your sit bones. Now, if you need to put the tips of your toes down, that would be okay. If you can manage not to, you balance on your sit bones. And then we roll back again. So this is with the inhale, you rock back. And with the exhale, you rock up. And see if you can find a rhythm here. So it's inhale back and exhale up. Slower the better. Now you can hold your legs to help you balance here, or you can do this without holding your legs. This is a little bit trickier. So again, you inhale back and you exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Again. And one more time. Catch the balance right here. Now draw the knees in so you feel strength in your center again. And then when you're ready, come into a version of Navasana. Now you can take this here, and again you can hold the legs if it helps. You can take it here, or you can take it all the way up and into Navasana. And then you squeeze in, exhale. Use the hands if you need to. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in. One more. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in. Hold it. And bring yourself into cross legs. So comfortable seat here for a moment. Maybe use a block to help you align. And just sit with it for a moment or two. Observe your breathing, how you feel. If ever I feel that my enthusiasm is dull, my confidence is low, I'll start my practice with something that brings heat and energy into my center, something that awakens the Manipura Chakra. You can bring your hands in front of your heart. Your intention can be personal for any aspect of your life where you feel you need more confidence or more self-power. Or you can simply set your intention to stoke the fire of enthusiasm, of confidence, and of self-power. You feel that rising, expansive energy of your inhale and the powerful grounding, contractive energy of your exhale. One more breath. Transition over, so you come onto your hands and knees, tabletop pose. Align yourself and again check foundation, so really stabilize down into your hands, into your knees, your toes, find alignment in your spine, make sure you're not locking your elbows. And then find a table balance, so take your right leg back and your left arm forward. See if you can bring your right leg in line with your sit bone and your left arm in line with your shoulder. And then on the exhale, bring the knee forward, so your knee comes towards your right elbow. Your left elbow comes in towards your left hip crease. So again, you ignite your center, you squeeze in, and then you inhale and you open out. Exhale and come in. So really nice, clear, strong movement that comes from the center. Again, and in, and one more. Inhale, and again, exhale and hold it here. Good. Releasing down, and finding the other side. So it's the left leg, the right arm. Find there the balance and the alignment first. And then nice strong action, come in, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Again, exhale in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale in. Inhale, lengthen. Once more, come in. And release down. Good, sit back into child's pose and just take a moment there. So however much you fire things up in your yoga practice, you still need to come back to this place of stillness, receptivity, observation. You take a moment to regulate your breath. Notice how you're feeling, the effect of the work that you're doing. And then when you feel ready, you can bring yourself up onto your hands and knees and up into downward facing dog. Now come into your dog on an exhale, belly draws back towards the spine. Take 1 or 2 really clear breaths. Spread through your hands right into your fingertips. Reach down through your heels, lift your sit bones up. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, if your hamstrings are very tight, this is fine. Clear breath. So you feel the tightening, the firming in towards your center as you complete each exhale. One more breath. When you're ready, you walk your feet forward and towards your hands. Lift your heart and lengthen so the breastbone moves forward, Urdhva Uttanasana. And then exhale and into your fold, drop the head down. Now when you take these exhalations all the way to completion, again you feel firming into your center. Take one more breath. Good. You may like to heel toe your feet a little bit wider for this next part. You bring yourself halfway up and you place your hands on your thighs, so just above your knees with the fingertips facing down, heels of the hands press into the thighs. You bend your knees a little and you inhale and you open your frontal space. So you're looking for spinal extension, opening all the way through your navel center and your heart center. I really love this exercise. So opening frontal space, and this is your inhale. And then moving the other way, drawing the tail under, contracting your abdomen towards your spine, rounding your back, bringing your chin right in towards your chest. This will be your exhale, spinal flexion. And then moving with your breath. So inhale and open. And exhale and round. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the chin right in, the tail all the way under. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now a little bit stronger. Inhale. Try exhaling through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth, a real clearing breath. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. One more. Hold it there, chin in, tail under, abdomen to spine. As you inhale, roll up. And exhale here, releasing down into your feet, finding your mountain pose, your Tadasana. And just noticing how you feel. Good. Your hands can come in front of your heart. Maybe refresh your intention. And then inhale and come slowly. Exhale, fall forward. Now lift the heart. Exhale, lead with the right leg, downward facing dog. Stay for the inhale. And ripple through into plank as you exhale, so the tail tucks slightly. Nice, strong, clear transition through and into plank. Soften the elbows. Take a breath. Inhale. And then lower down slowly as you exhale. Now you can put your knees down first, or you can lower slowly all the way to the floor. You reach back through your toes. You put your forehead on the floor. You find your breath. And then you bring yourself into preparation for a Sphinx pose. So we're coming up and onto our forearms, drawing the heart forward and the legs back. So there's opposition here, lengthening in both directions. You find your inhale. And then as you exhale, it's a contraction inward again. So the tail tucks, the pubic bone presses down, the navel moves towards the spine, and the chin in towards the chest. We should feel those strong contractive qualities again in the front of the body. You inhale, open the front. And you exhale and draw under again. And repeat, inhale. Contract under, exhale. Inhale. And draw under, exhale. One more. And under. Good. Inhale, open the front. And take a breath here. Really lengthen through the belly space. Open the heart space, widen the collarbones. Stream back through the legs, press the forearms and draw the heart forward. And when you're ready, slowly lower down. If you feel you need a child's pose here, feel free to take it. Otherwise, you're coming back and into downward facing dog. We spread through the fingers, again, the toes. You might like to bring your feet a little closer together. We're coming into split dog, so it's your right leg that slowly rises here. This is your inhale. Now as you exhale, your right knee comes forward. Now you can come part way in towards your tummy. You can come towards your chest, or you can come all the way forward so your knee is in between your elbows. Up and back again, inhale. Exhale and pull in. One more the same. Inhale. And then exhale and pull in. Inhale up and back. This time climb right up onto your left toes. Look at that space in between your hands. Draw your right foot through and place. Quietly as you can. You find yourself in a high lunge. Your right hip squares back. You find your foundation here. You maybe lower your left knee slowly. Feel free to stay here. If you feel stable, you're coming into a twist. So your left arm is crossing over your right leg. You can bring your hands together, prayer position. Really turning through your center, but being sure not to harden. We need to be able to breathe through the center. If you're feeling strong, you can lift the back knee. One more breath. Maybe one more. Lovely. Releasing from here. Bring the fingertips to the floor. Find the foundation in your right foot and see if you can press into your right foot from here and float. Try not to launch yourself forward. Find the right place for that foot so you can press down and come up reasonably slowly. We're looking for a flying warrior variation. So start with your fingertips on the floor. Kick back strongly through your left leg. Draw your heart forward. If you feel strong, if you feel confident, commit. Bring the hands away from the floor. One more breath. If you can, stay on that right foot. Bring your left leg through slowly and in towards your chest. Now try and bring the knee up, the tail down, and squeeze in towards your center. One more breath. Good. Release from there. Pause. Regulate your breath. Hands come in front of your heart. And we do the other side. So inhale, come up. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, plant the hands, left leg leads, downward facing dog. Find all four corners here, really clear, strong foundation. Take the inhale. As you exhale, tuck the tail, ripple through, find your plank. You hover here. Be sure that you're not collapsing in your center, in your lower back. And equally, try not to round too much. It's maybe better to round a little bit than to collapse if you're not sure. Lower down slowly, so again you can put knees down or you can lower, keep the elbows in. Lengthen out, reach the legs back, put the forehead down and take a breath. Before coming onto your forearms and finding that Sphinx pose again. So the legs reach back, you might just want to glance back, check your alignment. Maybe walk the pelvis away from the ribs, draw the ribs forward, create as much space as you can. And then big inhale. And as you exhale, curling inward. Chin to chest, tail under. Inhale forward. And exhale under. As if you're trying to tuck your chin right into the groove between your collarbones. Inhale, heart forward, lengthen. And exhale under. Really nice strong actions. Do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to your Sphinx pose. Lengthen, find your breath. You feel the heat that arises from that work. When you're ready, you release down. Know that child's pose is there if you need to rest or decompress your back. Otherwise, coming into downward facing dog. You spread through your fingers. Find your foundation. Maybe the feet come a little bit closer together. It's the left leg that rises. Exhale the knee forward. Inhale up and back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale up and back. And then come forward. Up and back again. And this time we come through, we look at that space in between the hands, we set the intention and we transition the foot all the way through. You find your lunge, square your left hip back. Take a breath there, lengthen the spine. And then you lower the back knee down. We take a moment here. You come into your twist when you're ready, so it's your right arm coming over your left leg, tricep to thigh. The hands come into prayer position. There's a strong line of energy through your arms. You press your arm into your leg. Turn through your center. Make sure the center is supple, that you're not hardening, you're not blocking your breath. And then if you feel that you can, that back knee lifts. And you need to power out in both directions. Good. You take one more breath. Releasing your hands to the floor. And maybe drawing the left foot back a little bit so that you can get the weight shifting onto your left foot so that you don't really have to launch off your right foot, but you can press down into that left foot to bring the right leg up. And then again, take your time. You find your stability here. You kick back through your right leg. You start to draw your heart forward. You can leave your fingertips on the floor. Or maybe you feel that you have the confidence, the power to commit to the balance here. Take a breath. And then can we bring that right knee in towards the chest. One more breath. Good. Slowly down. Notice how you feel. Spread into the feet, drop down through the tail. Close the eyes for a second. You might want to bring your hands over your center. You feel the heat, energy here. You can turn your toes out when you're ready. Drop your hips down into Malasana. If you need a modification here, if your knees are vulnerable, you can come down into maybe Baddha Konasana. If your heels hover here, you can put blocks or books or rolled up blanket underneath your heels. Ideally, we're dropping down into the heels, even if they're supported. You find your breath in Malasana. One more. Okay, I'm going to make an offering here. You can leave this part out if you wish. If you'd like to come with me and have a go at this is Bakasana, so it's an arm balancing pose, but it requires lots of strength in the center and confidence. So you'll plant your hands, bring yourself up, bring the feet back to hip distance. Come up onto your toes and bend your knees. Bring your knees high up on your arms if you can and draw in towards your center so you start to feel that power lifting all the way through your center, your Uddiyana Bandha. You shift the weight, the knees into the backs of the arms and the weight a little bit into your hands. And maybe it's enough just to be here just on your toe tips. Maybe you feel that you can gather that strength and energy and take your feet for a moment away from the floor. Release down when it feels like enough and back to Malasana. As if nothing has happened at all. Long breath. In your own time, you can drop down and onto your seat, lengthen the legs out in front of you and find your way into Dandasana. So you drop down into the backs of your legs, you open the soles of your feet, you lift your heart, widen your collarbones and take a breath. Strong, active Dandasana. Coming forward into a fold, Paschimottanasana when you're ready. Maybe lifting the heart, bringing the breastbone forward, and then releasing. Exhaling and releasing some of the effort of the practice. Maybe taking another breath or two here. When you're ready, you come slowly all the way up. We'll come over and onto our backs. I'm going to swizz so you can see what I'm doing. So a semi-supine position and a spinal twist here. So move your hips over to the right and bring your knees over to the left. For an easy twist, give your legs some support. Take the position here. Find the right place for your right arm, so lower if you need to, all the way up if you have the space around your shoulder. And just rinse the energy through the center here. Allow it to open. Now, if it's comfortable for you, you can remove the block and come into deeper twist. Make sure your right shoulder is still dropping. If this is okay, you can bind the twist and make it a little bit stronger. So the right leg will wrap around in front of and over the left leg. And then you release again. Now, most of us, I think, will do better with a bit of support in this posture. So just underneath the legs, if they're not coming all the way to the floor. Feeling this whole kind of diagonal line of stretch through the posture. Nice easy neck. Regulate your breathing. And then when you're ready, take the same posture to the other side. So you come back into the center, realign, and then over to the left, knees over to the right. You may start with some support, just let the body unwind, start to release. And then if you would like to move deeper, you can maybe remove the block or bind the legs if that feels okay for you. You might want to put the block back if you're binding. And again, just breathing through the center. Long inhales and long exhales. When you're ready, you can undo the legs, bring yourself slowly back to the center. Bring the knees in towards you and draw in. Maybe soothe out any tension, rocking side to side or circling your knees. When you feel that you're ready, you can drop yourself down into semi-supine. You take a moment or two here to relax your back, and then if it feels okay for you, you can put your legs all the way down. And you might lift your head here and just check your midline, your alignment, drop your toes out to the side. Keep the neck long as you rest your head down. You can take the arms wide, or you can bring your hands onto your center, this area. That we're bringing awareness to, so the seat of Manipura Chakra. And you feel as you rest that the fire, the energy that you've created in your center radiates and expands into the whole of your body. The characteristics here of Manipura are fire and light and heat. And when we're in balance here, it shines in the personality. We're warm and light. Certainly, if you would like to stay here for longer, you can take as much time here as you need. If you feel that you're ready, take a deep breath and sigh away. Maybe move the hands and the feet, the toes. Stretch out your arms and your legs. Move in a way that feels good as you reawaken from your Shavasana. You can bring yourself slowly up to sitting. You might want to come over onto one side. Take a moment or two there. Maybe notice how you're feeling. These are great practices for when our energy is dull. You can bring yourself up to sit. Take a moment again to acknowledge how you feel. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a bow forward with gratitude to your body for your practice, for your strength and your power. When you're ready, come on. Namaste. Namaste, Azurika. You worked very hard.